only 3 minutes gone, but they have settled very well, and that's exactly the type of start they need here in Castlebar.
Pat Holmes certainly will be rocked by that start by Sligo. Sligo couldn't have wished for a better start, particularly when you're playing here in McHale Park. But Peter Ford in the dressing room, Martin, was very confident that these boys could do it.
Peter's a very calm, composed guy, and certainly nothing will faze him. He certainly, if he can translate his personality onto the Sligo team, they will be very composed and confident also.
This is Darragh McCarthy, who's come on as a substitute, as a blood substitute, because Sean Davey, the goal scorer, picked up an injury, as you can see there. We continue on with the action. James Nalla. This great start by Sligo will certainly test out the league champions. Colin McMenamin laying it off for Trevor Mortimer. Chasing after him is Paul Durkin. Mortimer needs support. There's nobody immediately outside him. Calling for it now is Colin McMenamin. Not one of McMenamin's best efforts, and punched away under pressure by Patrick Naughton. First 45 of the game. Well, as you were saying, Martin Carney, Peter Ford doesn't make statements willy-nilly. He was very astute judge of football, and his confidence actually surprised me.
I know Peter's that type of guy, and certainly I know from speaking to him during the week, he was very optimistic about Sligo, provided they got a good start. That's what he was afraid of, that Mayo would get the type of start they have got. But certainly it should suffuse the team with a lot of confidence.
Sean Davey is back on, which means that Darragh McCarthy has left the scene temporarily. I'm sure he's going to see action later on. First 45 of the match. Marty McNicholas with the kick. Hits it powerfully over the bar. It's a score the league champions badly needed, and that should help to settle them now. Smacked it beautifully.
Yes, of the newcomers in the Mayo team, Marty McNicholas is the one with probably the most promising, who's played most effectively during the National League, and he's a beautiful striker with his left foot.
Peter Walsh's kick out goes straight to James Gale. Patrick Naughton. Linesman was hesitant, but I think there was an indication that it was over the sideline. This is going to give the advantage to Sligo. Good play. Back to Paul Durkin. Peter Ford has tried to change their tactics slightly and use the long ball to great effect. And unfortunately, Desi Sloan is off target, and that's Sligo's first wide of the match. Desi Sloan didn't in fact start last year against Mayo, and the Eastgate star is quite confident and quite determined to impress here today. Peacock goes down the middle. Paul Durkin. David Durkin comes in support. The jersey is called by either Noel Kennelly or Pat Fallon, so it's going to be a free to Sligo. Well, when Sligo beat Mayo last year, their captain scored 5 points. Paul Taylor uses the hard running of Rory Brennan, and Rory Brennan just so unlucky. It was a matter of centimetres, really. The idea to use the midfielder seemed to be the right option. Fallon. Fergal Costello is running off the ball from. Here's Marty McNicholas. It's a high challenge by Sean Davey. And the referee is noting the number 12 in his book, but not showing a yellow card. It's another free for Mayo. No doubt about the illegal challenge here from Sean Davey. James Gill hits this to the left and wide. They're easy enough chances, Martin.
A little surprising that one, like I thought Marty McNicholas, when he was fouled that time, might have taken the kick himself, because he had pointed a free kick from about 10 metres further out a couple of minutes earlier than that.
One of the young stars, of course, in Mayo football at the moment, James Gill. Still under 21. And of course, in the All-Ireland final later on this year. It's been a great couple of weeks for Mayo, with Crossmolina winning the All-Ireland club title, and of course this particular side winning the National Football League. Add in the under-21s winning the Connacht Championship, and you can see that Mayo football at the moment are on a roll. But can that roll be stopped by Sligo? Good defending. Noel Kennelly lends assistance to Alan Roach. Kennelly has to use right corner back Tom Nalla, captain of Crossmolina, as they won that All-Ireland club title on Easter Monday. This is Colin McMenamin in a lot of space. Mayo go forward. Surging forward is Noel Kennelly. That looked like it was straight off the ground. Paddy Russell, the Matthew Fisher from Emily, and Tipperary agrees. And that's going to be a free for Sligo. Patrick Nocton sending it long. Paul Taylor trying to get there ahead of Colin McMenamin. James Nalla first to the ball is Mark Cosgrove. Needs a little bit of support. It's there in the form of Michael Langan, but it comes off David Durkin. It deflects towards Paul Taylor and Rory Brennan. Going forward is Eamon O'Hara. He's looking very good, in a good position. He's going for the goal. Saved by Burke. Back to Eamon O'Hara and back to Burke once more. The goalkeeper saved not once but twice. Both were straight at him, but the goalkeeper needed the confidence after that early goal from Sean Davey. Down towards Trevor Mortimer, Marty McNicholas. This is McNicholas. There's nobody around the Sligo goalmouth at the moment. Nobody there to give the corner forward an option. Here's Pat Fallon having a go, but it's going towards Barna, I'm afraid, and not towards the goalpost. Pat will be disappointed.
Certainly will. It's not the strong point in his game, actually shooting, but just going back to two incidents there, that was a great opportunity for Eamon O'Hara to score a goal again. Here he is coming through. Tom Nallen is left in his wake. Good shot, but straight at the goalkeeper, and again Peter Burke does very well to actually take the breaking ball in that situation and clear his lines. At the far side, actually, Marty McNicholas is the one Mayo player that is showing up very well.
This was certainly a chance for Sligo, and Eamon O'Hara will be also disappointed that he didn't finish better. James Nalla, always dependable, always works so hard, be it for his club or for his county. That's going to be a line ball, however, for Sligo, far side. Quickly taken, Paul Taylor. The long ball so far is working for Sligo, but not on this occasion. Alan Roach under no great threat. Referee gives the corner back the free. Tom Nalla tries to switch play over to this side. Ronan Loftus. Pat Fallon calls for it in the centre. The long ball was aimed at Martin McNicholas, and McNicholas won it. It's a ball he shouldn't have won. It's a score that shouldn't have been conceded. And this is the sloppiness that has affected Sligo in the past. But full credit to Marty McNicholas, because he took full advantage, and that's the point that Martin Carney was making. He's easily the best forward so far from Mayo.
Yes, that was a 40-60 ball actually that Brendan Phillips should have won, but Marty McNicholas made the most of the opportunity, and you can see the confidence in him, the way he dispatched that over the bar.
Of course, McNicholas scored the winning point in the National Football League final, so his confidence is high at the moment. James Gale. Kickouts from Peter Walsh, not reaching their intended targets. Colin McMenamin gives it straight to Paul Durkin. Sean Davey comes down into the half-back line to gather possession. Michael Langan, according to Peter Ford, playing very well at the moment. John McPartland uses Desi Sloyne. Sloyne under pressure, floats it high and sends it over the bar. Great point by the number 13. The long ball strategy, as Roscommon did last week, seems to pay dividends. Maybe not as much as they did against the Galway full back line, but certainly posing problems.
Yes, and that's a very deliberate strategy, because neither Alan Roach nor Kevin Cahill, who are playing in the corner, will be regarded as natural cornerbacks. Alan Roach is more a centre back and Kevin Cahill more a full back, and they're exploiting that weakness.
Sligo try to come to grips with the midfield, knocking it down as Eamon O'Hara, Desi Sloyne in fact, but it's Noel Kennelly that has the ball. Line ball to Sligo. Philip Gallagher. The number 2 for Sligo is making his championship debut today. Just 21 years of age. Eamon O'Hara tries to get past James Nallen. Feeds Paul Taylor. And again it's David Durkin coming from a deep right half-back position. Calling for it outside is Jerry McGowan. 2 players gone over to take care of him. Kennelly looks for the overlap. There's nobody there, so McGowan has to cross it. Once more Sligo have it. Desi Sloyne. Again, that should have been a defender's ball. Alan Roach comes away with it. Mayo under a little bit of pressure when Sligo decide to launch these long missiles into the full back line. Great block down by Philip Gallagher. Needs support outside, manages to squeeze it through. Good play. Trying to open it out, an intelligent ball out to the corner forward to run onto. This is Jerry McGowan from Tourlestrane. Making a run now is John McPartland. Getting there ahead of Tom Nallen. Still McPartland, trying to make an angle for himself. Now floats it in. Difficult angle, difficult shot, but amazingly it's gone over the bar. John McPartland from Coolera Strandhill is showing real potential as a target man and indeed as a scorer. As we expected, Mayo have switched Tom Nallen to the fullback position, but not even Nallen could prevent John McPartland scoring from what seemed a rather difficult angle. But the umpire was strategically placed in a good position.
Yes, indeed, he certainly was. But the 3 Mayo full-backs at the moment are having very difficult personal duels with the 3 Sligo full-forwards.
Pat Fallon and Paul Durkin. Sligo ball. Winner of 6 Connacht Championship medals, Peter Ford knows his football. Rory Brennan. Poor ball. Mayo counter-attack. Look at the full forward where he is. Trevor Mortimer. Paul Durkin. Fouling. Durkin was claiming that Trevor Mortimer was taking too many steps. The referee's decision is in favour of Mayo. This is the incident again, as Mortimer playing very deep, trying to win possession in his own half-back line. Back with the action. Chance for James Gale. This is a ball for Philip Gallagher to gather, under pressure from Stephen Carolan. That's a great ball for a corner back to deliver under pressure. Jerry McGowan can't get there ahead of Kevin Cahill, but the linesman has indicated that it is a Sligo ball. Cahill the last one to touch it. Captain Paul Taylor. Not one of his best deliveries. Easily gathered by James Nallen. Mayo man down, injured off the ball. We continue on with the play. Looks as if it is James Nallen's brother Tom that's stretched on the ground. That ball was aimed for James Gale, didn't work out. Calling for this side is Sean Davey. David Durkin will once again provide an overlap. Michael Langan gets the ball first time. Sean Davey. John McPartland wants it into the space. This is McPartland. Mayo down to 14 men as Tom Nallen is still on the ground. John McPartland gets inside Alan Roach, but I'm sure a piece of skill that he wasn't quite planning himself. Gives it out to Paul Taylor, and Sligo are on a roll. The Eastern Harps clubman gets his first point in this Connacht Championship semi-final. Made his debut against Mayo in Castlebar all of 7 years ago as a 19-year-old. Now has matured into a player of real class. This is a great point from the centre half forward. Tom Nallen is still down injured and seems to be in trouble. This is the incident again. Dr. Declan Clinton is in there minding him, but it was an effort by Eamon O'Hara, but he seemed to collide, as you can see there, with Tom Nallen. And Tom is still getting medical attention. A superb captain for Crossmolina, and a player that has matured into a fine footballer, particularly this season at intercounty level.
Yes, he had an excellent year this year. He's a little bit prone to injury, in particular to his knees, but I think that one was a belt to the jaw. But just going on a general trend at the moment, Sligo are much faster to every ball. In the back line, Philip Gallagher at right cornerback is having a stormer, actually. Considering it's his debut, he's playing very, very well. And it wouldn't surprise me, actually, if Mayo introduced the likes of Kieran MacDonald fairly soon, because apart from Martin McNicholas, the rest of the forward line aren't showing any dash or any real willingness to go at the Sligo defence.
James Nallen was just checking with his brother Tom, was he okay? But Tom is coming across to get some medical attention. And Sligo are introducing Aidan Higgins, who of course normally plays as a cornerback, and indeed in some quarters was anticipated to be a first choice cornerback.
Yes, indeed, Aidan Higgins played in every round of the National League except the National League final, and many people thought at the time he was unlucky to lose his place then, so he is a natural cornerback, so maybe that might restore the balance to the team.
And of course Higgins has a point to prove, and he gets a warm welcome from the Sligo corner forward, which has been spotted by Paddy Russell. And this sort of behaviour will not be acceptable to the official. And Paddy Russell is going down and having a word with both Aidan Higgins and Jerry McGowan. Mayo are thinking about introducing a substitute, and I can see the blonde hair of Kieran MacDonald inside in the dugout, and it looks like Kieran MacDonald will be introduced rather shortly. Apart from Marty McNicholas, there's nobody there with the incisiveness that's required by Mayo. This is Fergal Costello. Sean Davey goes in hard and fair and wins possession and the sideline ball.
Yes, and significantly, Sligo are winning all those man-to-man tosses. They're going in much harder for the ball than Mayo at the moment. Mayo are standing back waiting for somebody to do it for them, but the Sligo players are going out and making things happen.
John McPartland and Kevin Cahill were tussling off the ball as the action was continuing around centre field, where Mayo have won a free. Good defending, great defending by left cornerback Brendan Phillips, because he certainly seemed to be at a disadvantage. He loses possession here under pressure, and that is gone over the bar. A well-taken point. Stephen Carolan from Balmullet gets his first point. That's 2 points now that Sligo have conceded. They won the ball, or at least they should have won the ball, and they lost it, and on both occasions Mayo have scored.
Yes, it was good pressure from both Marty McNicholas and Stephen Carolan. But just one thing is worth watching here, Marty. The Sligo goalkeeper Peter Walsh has had difficulty with 4 of his kickouts to date. It'll be very interesting to see what length he gets on this.
As you can see, our suspicions have been confirmed that Kieran MacDonald is going to be introduced to the Mayo attack. And what a wonderful performance he gave in Croke Park when Crossmolina won the All-Ireland Club football title. And it's Ronan Loftus that's making way, it appears. for the left half forward, the normal left half
number
forward.
23, Kieran MacDonald replaces number 15, Ronan Loftus on the Mayo team.
Yes, confirmation that it is Ronan Loftus that's been substituted. David Durkin sprays the ball over to the far side. Getting there first is Alan Roach. And the referee makes the correct decision. Alan Roach had time to get rid of it.
He had time to get rid of it. He had spoiled from the back that time. He should have let the ball back rather than run through people. I notice at the moment actually that Tom Nallen must have only gone off as a blood substitution that time, and he's coming back on now, and Nathan Higgins is coming off.
Word from the sideline is that Tom Nallen has received some stitches
number
in his
2,
ear.
Tom Nallen returns to the action of the Mayo team in place of number 17,
the Mayo full
Aidan
back
Higgins.
line again. So Paul Taylor takes this free. Punch down, comes to Sean Davey. Difficult angle again, hits off the post. Sligo have it. It's Desi Slide. He still has it. The referee is looking. The ball is scrambled around and the referee has given the free to the Mayo defence. There's a terrible uneasiness in that Mayo full-back line.
Yes, indeed, I think that's the correct word. It is uneasy. It's not confident or comfortable with itself at all. It's not dealing with those high balls coming in, a little bit like the Galway full-back line last weekend.
Progra with the people who are standing behind the goals at the bacon factory end of the ground. Please cooperate with the stewards and move away from the area in which they are.
Michael Langan.
People at the bacon factory end of the ground behind the goals